Computer, boom. Okay, recording. Okay, so tonight it is November 30th. This is the second week of working with the Winthrop project, which is the final project right now. And we had left off last week with where I have it right here. The final looks like this. This is what it's going to look like when we're all done. We're pretty close to that right now. We're just missing the shutters and the exterior view. But also with this view right now, we're going to be putting in some other things like we see here. What we're seeing right here right now are these the different details that we see right now. Not this one. Let me go back to the other one, back to here, over here. And so level one looks like this. So we've got most of that information in there. We need to add all of this right here. This needs to be added right there. This is going to be the second floor. Those are all the walls for the second floor. And then also we are then going to work on the basement. So we need to have those walls. So where we are right now is we are right now over here where we're like right here. This is our first floor. That's pretty much done. And then our level two, we don't have the walls yet. So we need to put the walls in. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And then the basement for this one looks like this. We don't have those in either. So we need to put the walls on the second floor, on the basement, put in the shutters. And then we're going to create a wall section. And the wall section, when we're all done, let me show you what it looks like. It looks like this right here. This is a full height wall section. And what you're seeing right here is this actually shows us what the wall would look like if you were to take it and slice it and go all the way down and take a look at it. So we have that, thin the lines here. And you've got this right here. And then you've got the different information over here on the side. And then it goes all the way up to the top. So that's what we're going to work on tonight. We're going to stop there. Next week, we're going to take everything and we're going to put it into we're going to put it on sheets. Then once we put it on sheets, if I can get that printer working, we'll print it up next week. So that's what we're looking at. Okay, so now where we're going to start right now is we'll start where we had left off. So get your sheets. What you want is your custom garage sheets. And let's see here, custom garage. Let's see what we got here. Not custom garage, I'm sorry. Winthrop, the Winthrop project. You guys all have your construction documents? Okay, good. Let's go to page A102.1. A102.1, and that is a blow up, a detail of the second floor. We're going to go and put that together. So go ahead and open up Revit and get to your second floor. And when you get your second floor, it's going to look like this right here. Okay, let me know when you guys get there. Okay, you there, Nikki? Okay. Now what we're going to do here is, first of all, you're going to notice that I have my underlay turned on and I don't need that right now. So I'm going to turn off the underlay. So to turn off the underlay, what you would do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go, let me turn this on. All right, I'm going to go to my underlay. Now my underlay is located over here. So I'm going to scroll down here till I see it. And so I got this underlay and I'm going to turn it off by going right here and saying none. So I say none, I click apply, and then I don't see the underlay. So go ahead and turn off the underlay. Give me the thumbs up when you got that turned off.
Under the underlay tab.
Yep, and you got it. Now here, these can be collapsed, by the way. You see these little chevrons here? If you click on that, you won't see it. You got to make sure it's opened up. Okay?
All right, I'm good.
Got that? Seeing that okay, Nicole? All set? Okay. Now what we're going to do, take a look at this. Take a look right now at the sheet. Actually, if you take a look at my screen, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Over here is what it looks like when it's done. So this is what it looks like. Now, all of this information that you're seeing right now on the screen here is also on A102.1. So we're going to just start to put those walls in. Okay, we know how to do that. So we're going to start to place the walls, and remember, it's interior to interior. So let's start by putting in, first of all, the 10-foot wall. Okay, this is a 10-foot wall right here. You see it's right here, and this says 10 feet. So this wall goes right here and goes down 10 feet. So we're going to start with that. So over here, we go to level 2, and we're going to start by going to wall. And we're going to basically use our interior wall. I'm going to go right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and start it. It's going to be somewhere around here. I'm just going to start here and pull it and drag it all the way down there. And once it's in place right there, I will then press my escape key or press my modify arrow, and then I'm going to click on this to see what I'm looking at here. And I did pretty well there. You see, I got that. Mine's 10'2", and it needs to be 10 feet inside surface to inside surface. So I'll just go ahead and make that 10 like that. And that's good to go. I can actually just go ahead and click on that and make that a permanent dimension because we're going to need that. You guys with me so far?
Yeah, just getting it set.
That making sense there? Okay, and then the next thing we have is this hallway is 3 feet wide. Now, this one I may need to have to kind of tweak it a little bit here because I kind of put this one here, might need to change a little bit, and that's okay. So I'm just going to go, I'll just kind of go here and pull it down until it says 3 feet. Roughly, I'll go ahead and bring it down to here, and then we'll see what that is. So I click on that. Okay, that says 3'2". So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make that 3 feet like that. And then it's not quite connected. It needs to be straight across. So what I'm going to do right here is a couple things. First of all, I'm going to take this and I'm just going to back this up a little bit here till those are kind of joined together like that. Just going to go ahead and do that. Just to actually, it doesn't need to even do that, does it? It should be pretty even with that. 3 feet. Let's go ahead and do this. Let me get rid of that part of the wall. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to just kind of drag it over here so the two are like that. And it should be basically like that. So now that is, when I click on there, that's a 3 foot hall. Okay, so we got that. So I'm going to take this and drag this down like that. Does that make sense so far? And then this wall right here, I can probably just take this and move this over a little bit by just use my arrow keys. And I might have to, and I'll be jostling this around a little bit. You guys with me so far?
Yeah.
Making sense? Okay, so I'm going to save my work. And then the next thing I'm going to do is now that I've got that, I got the basics. Now the next thing I have over here is going to do my vertical walls. And they're 13'1" on each side. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to start here and do the first one. Now just see what the dimension is there. And that's not quite 13'1". So I'll do this 13'1" like that. And it moves it over like that. And I'll do the same thing over here. And the opening for this is 2 feet. And I'll pull that right down like that. And then we get that. That should be good. Yeah, it's 13'1". So that's it. Pretty easy. Okay. So I've got that in place. And then I'll just put in some dimensions. Inside wall, that. All right. Now, it should look basically that, 13'1" on each side. That, you guys got that? All right. What's that?
Mine is not looking like that.
Okay. Let's take a look. See what's going on.
So I kept missing when you were pulling the directions.
Okay. Okay, let's do two things. Let's turn off, turn off your floor. And so to turn off the floor, you could just go click right on it and just right click your mouse and choose hide and view. That's good. Okay, now let's check it, the dimensions here. So let's click on this right there. Okay, it's 9 foot 8. So just click right on that, which is 9 foot 8, make that 10. And we'll put that at 3. See what that did is it shoved it the other way. Now that's okay. Let's go ahead and go right here. I'll show you the trick here. Click on that, make that 10 feet there. Okay, now we don't want that to move. So click on the modify arrow. And one of the cool things you can do here, if you don't want something to move, go to modify. And there's this pin. You click on the pin right there, pin that wall. Just pull it down a little further. Okay. Okay, did you get it? Okay, hit the modify, see if you got it. Okay, hover your cursor over that, click on it. Is it pin? Doesn't look like it's pin. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, we got highlight. Let's click on the pin again and click, okay, it's pinned now. Okay. Now pressure modify. Just like that. Now click on this one right here. Now make that 30. Perfect. And hit your escape. Okay, now this wall right here, we can fix that. So just click on that little piece and delete it. Okay, good. So now those walls are good. Now, let's start the wall command and we'll do the 13-foot one on this one side. And yeah. And I tell you what, just pick a point and pull it up, and we'll just place some temporary dimensions. So escape out of there, escape because you're still in the wall. Okay, click on that and make it. Yo, you're pretty close. Click right on there and make it 13-foot. Making sense now? Very good. How's it going there? Yeah, you're doing it. You got it. Okay, so once you got that, once you got those in place right there, then you're gonna do the same thing down here. It's lather, rinse, and repeat. You're just gonna use this as your template, the sheets that I gave you, and you're gonna draw this down here. And so all this right here, there's actually here, there's a linen closet right here. You probably saw that. So there's actually a closet and a linen closet. So those need to go in right down here. So I'll go ahead and just keep on doing this. And as I do, if you guys have other questions, let me know. But I think you guys got a pretty good idea as far as how this goes. So just keep on working on it. And we'll put this together according to the plans we have here. And don't forget, as you're putting these in, don't forget to tag them as you're putting them in. You guys doing okay with this so far?
Yeah.
All right, I'll just let you start to continue on here because I think at this point it's I think you guys get the idea. I don't want to show you every mouse click, but I want to make sure I kind of get you in the right direction. And we will yeah, so just make sure you save the work and I'm just gonna do a little bit more here. And then you guys, as you have questions, you can address them or bring them back my way. Okay, I'm just going to stop for a minute here. So what I did there is I put in the walls. Then I began to place the doors, and these are bifolds here. They're 48-inch bifolds. And these right here, as you take a look at this, they're 4 feet 9 3/4, which is half the distance right there. So that's what we have right there. So anyway, just wanted to kind of like make sure you guys are still on task right here. So you guys doing well? Just making sense so far?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find those doors.
The doors,
Yeah.
the bifolds?
Yeah, are they in the component?
Sure. There, I don't just go up here to door.
Ah, I know.
And when you go to door and go down here,
Yep, you got it.
right there, yep.
Thank you so much.
Mhm. Now I missed one dimension. I'm gonna put that in here right now, just so you guys can see it. This dimension right here, for this wall needs to be 15 feet 5.5 right there. This right here, 15 feet 5.5 for this wall. I neglected to put that in there, so it'll just help if you don't need it, but it'll make life a little bit easier if you know that's 15 feet 5.5.
Put it all in first.
And what you're gonna find as you're going through this right now is that all of the content that you need is in here. I basically took everything out to make it really easy. And so at this point, you guys should be in a pretty good spot right now. One thing I was gonna say here, as you guys can see this, to place these elements right here, this is a shower right here, the shower stall. Couple of toilets, and this content is actually found down here in your project browser. Could you guys see this down here? Down here under plumbing, you've got your lavatory vanity, that's this one right here, that's 30 inches. This one right here is actually 96 inches. So that's placed right there, and that should fit, and it does fit right in there. So you got that one there, and then this one goes right here. And you'll notice that it's already got the water stubbed out right here, which is kind of cool. Little icon right there showing there's water, so it's already there. And yeah, so that's how you want to go ahead. So getting that done, you guys should be able to make that happen without too much duress. Yeah. And then you want to just put in your dimensions. Oh, by the way, this is showing up right now, the roof of the porch. If you click on that, you can just right click and go to hide in view. And you can just hide that element right there and that'll go away. Hmm.
How do you trim? Again, is there a trim, what button is that?
Trim, if you go here, this is trim extended corner. That lets you kind of connect items or just extend them right there. Try that one. One thing you may run into right here, check this out, this dimension, you may find that it's gonna be, it might be 5.5 inches, like, well, the plan says 5.5 inches, but if yours says 5.25, don't worry about that. Cause I think that's just a rounding error because I have these knocked down to, I think, 1/4 inch, so don't worry about that. And I think that's kind of all we had to do. How you guys doing here on the second floor? Is that just about done for you guys? Make sense? All right. Give you guys a little longer.
Yeah. Mm.
Got one dimension and then none of
You switch it on and then it's kind of doing whatever it wants.
the no.
What's going on?
Trying to do the dimensions. I did one. I don't use this.
Okay, just, okay, pull to, like, put your cursor, you gotta click in white space. Well, first of all, click on, okay, all right, here, Steve, you try it. And, click, and first you do is click on 2 points you want. Here to there, good. Then pull over to the right, click in white space, there.
Oh.
You gotta drop it, it's totally,
Oh.
it's totally contrary to what you would think.
I've been fighting with that.
Yeah, no, that's how it is though. For dimensions, you just gotta click in white space to drop the dimension. Very counterintuitive, I know. Okay, what you gotta do. Okay, what I was gonna say then is, once you've got this together here, the second floor, there may be, you may run into discrepancy here, you may not. There's like a 1/4 inch discrepancy that I came into right here, but don't worry about that. As long as you get the base right there, you got a little 1/4 inch off, that's a rounding error, because I set I didn't set the dimension, at tolerance to be, well, the precision, I set it to be 1/4 inch. Should have made it a little bit higher, but that's okay. Must have something in there, it's not quite there. Once you've got that done, we're then gonna go over here to the basement. And the basement floor plan, take a look at this. This one's pretty straightforward. Because the basement's just gonna have you draw a line straight across. Okay, so right here, you essentially just have a middle, midpoint to midpoint all the way across, and a midpoint to midpoint, and the numbers are all the same here. It's just divided in half. All of it's divided in half, so that's all that is. So once you got this one, that's a pretty straightforward one to work with there.
I miss that old school. Like, years ago. I miss it.
Basement, we do a basement.
So I got long.
Which page are we doing for the basement? 103?
Okay, yeah, 103.
You know, I take a look at my basement. I'm not sure why it looks the way it does.
Basement doesn't look like mine.
No,
Did you go to the basement floor plans or structural plan?
or-
Okay, when you go there, you've already got your basement walls, right?
it just has. walls in it.
Is that?
It has walls like my mother wants.
Let's take a look at it. Tree. Okay, go back to there. And let's turn off the overlay. So that's a visual thing over your properties. So your properties at the top. I'm sorry, it's the top panel on the left right there, yeah, so just, forget, just scroll down, get out of there. And just scroll down there, it's right there, see down the way? This is range level, just turn it off. There you go. And then what you're gonna do is just put the walls in just like I did.
Okay, so I didn't know.
Yep, that's all you do. And just get them so they're equal. I made it real easy, so just keep on tweaking them until they match what's on the plan there. And we should be good to go.
What do you want us to do after the basement?
Okay, let's do this right now. Nicole?
Yeah.
You can kind of come back to that in a second, but let's go ahead and go here. I'm gonna save that, save your work. Make sure you save the work. All right, now, one of the fun things we can do here is if we go out to our 3D view, it's supposed to have those shutters. So go to your 3D view and you can go right here to front, right to front. And then this window down here is actually 72 inches, and this one up here is 60 inches. And so there's actually shutters down here. So if you go down to shutters, you'll see that I've got shutters right here in the generic model. See this? I got a 24 by 60 and a 24 by 72. So I'm going to take this 24 by 72 and it comes right in. And I drop it right there. I drop it right there. And then you can align it. And the align command, we've talked about this before, but that's under the modify panel here. And I can use my align command and say, okay, let's just go ahead and use the edge of this right there. And I'll use this, and I'll just go ahead and just modify it out like that. Try that again. Align. I'm using the align command. You go to align and you grab the edge here, and then you grab the other edge, and that's not working too well. Sometimes it doesn't work in this kind of thing. You can also just use your arrows, and then you just want to make sure that they're even. Like right now, this one is too high, so you pretty much just want to center them, and just go ahead and center them as best as you can get them, like that. Right there is about right, so that's good there. All right, and then we're gonna do the same thing with these, the 24 by 60, we'll do the same thing up here.
You're doing something wrong. Not- Shutters themselves are not, on 3D.
Did you change your, okay, did you have to be a straight on view? You had, in other words, you go to your front view?
Mhm.
And they're not showing up?
No, sir.
Okay, working now?
No.
I just took, I clicked on it.
Click from here.
No.
Oh, okay, got it.
That was wild. I didn't expect that. How are we aligning them?
You can, okay, first of all, you can just zoom in and then just use your arrow key. Probably the easiest way to do it. And then once you get one in place, just kind of adjust them. Or you could use the align command. If you use the align command, right up here on the modify panel, align is right here. And what you do with that then is you can go click right on here, and then you click right there. It's going to align those perfectly. All right, so if I go over here, for instance, and I click on, you click on what you want to stay. So I want you see it, you see what I'm doing right here? I want this to stay, and then I want to click on that, and it goes ahead and it aligns it. So the first thing you click is what stays, and the second you click is what you want to move. And then when you're done, take a look at it in 3D, it should look something like that there. And make sure you save it. You got that, Zach?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nicole, you got that yet?
Yeah, they're not lying.
Okay, well, you can line them up later. You get the idea though.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we got that. Let's save this. Now, the next part we're gonna get to now is the house is substantially built. And the one thing I did want to point out, if you didn't do this part yet, you want to do this part, and that is where you're actually going to go ahead and you're going to place the fixtures. You guys ready to place the fixtures? Okay, you got those in there, so that's all there. All right, then you just want to check your dimensions, make sure they're right. Then, the very last thing that we need to make is going to be our wall section. Now, the wall section looks like this. Now, when you're working with Revit, here's something I think I mentioned before, is when I first had this concept introduced to me, I was like, wait, what? That's kind of a bogus answer, because what they tell you is that Revit is not good enough to give you dimensions and the kind of level of detail that you need to actually give construction drawings that could be approved, because they don't give you enough detail. So what happens with that is you have to supplement it with some 2D drawing of your own. So I kept this deliberately simple. Now, what I start with though is I actually start with what's called a section. You know what a section is? A section is when you slice a building, you take a look at what's inside. This is a wall section. So the wall section is what we're going to start with. So let me show you how this wall section was put in on the finished one. If I go over here to my level 1, I'll show you what that looks like. You put in a section. Now, right here, you don't see the section because I don't have it turned on. So I'm going to turn on the section. So to turn on the section, I'm going to go down here to my light bulb, and there's my sections right here. I got several. This is the one I want right here. And so that's the one that I want right there. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm just going to go ahead and say unhide this category and turn that back off. Now, this looks like this. So if I did this right, I think I did. If I double click on this, there is what that looks like. So that is the section. So we're going to put a section in right now. And the section we're going to put in is going to look just like we see right here. We're going to put it right like there. So we're going to put the section. Now the section, notice right here, that's the area that's being sectioned right there. So that's what's going to go. So let's go to our level 1, and we're going to put a section there. So to put the section marker in, first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on the section marker. So to turn on the section markers, we want to do this. Go to level 1, and then we're going to go down here to the light bulb, down here on your status bar. You click on that, and you're going to see there already is a section there. That's not the one we want, but for right now, we'll just go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and go to, we'll click on that, and then we're going to go up here to unhide category. Right up here to unhide category. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. I have unhide element toggled.
That's fine.
Okay.
That'll work. And then click the X right here, and you'll see the section markers in there. Can you guys see the section marker now? What's that now?
Oh, I hear your top, middle kind of whitish. Yep.
All set? Oh, okay, now here's a section mark. We made this one earlier, and we made this to make the stairs. We don't need that anymore. So click on that section marker, and you can delete that. Just delete that one. And it's going to say this. Whenever you delete something like this, a section marker, Revit, remember, it's a building information model, meaning everything's connected. It's all interconnected. So it says, if you get rid of this, it means you're going to lose something else. It's not just going to get rid of this little line. You're going to lose a section. We don't need it though. So just go ahead and say, okay. So that goes away. Now, we're going to put in a section. Now, here's where you want to go. Check this out here. This is your section tool right here. You guys see that?
Yep.
So click on section. We're going to bring it right down here, and we're going to click here. We're going to pull it straight down like this, like that. And when you do it, it's going to look something like that right there. You guys see that? Got that, Nicole? Okay, now take your cursor and put it over the triangle pointing to the right and double click on it. And boom, there you have that. See that? That's your section. Now, here's the cool thing about this. This is how our section starts. We're just going to do a little bit of refining. First of all, you can refine it by clicking on this. This is your crop region. We're going to pull this down a little bit here. And we're going to pull up from the bottom a little bit there. And then we're just going to grab this one over here and just widen it a little bit. About like that. Okay, so we're going to tweak it. Now, next we're going to do is once we've done that, we're going to refine a little bit further. First we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on one of these levels and right click and go hide and view category, and that'll hide those. Guys with me so far? Have that, Nicole? Okay. Okay, now we're going to go here and we're going to click on one of these windows right here or shutters. So click on the shutter and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to click on the shutter and we're going to right click and go to hide and view category. That's going to hide those. Now, okay, my walls are out of alignment. Huh, are yours out of alignment?
No. Do you have the same, I don't, do you have shutters on your side?
Yeah, sure.
You might not. Okay, that's not good there. Okay, so they got moved. Huh. All right. Okay, okay, we won't worry about that. Okay, we'll continue on. Okay, so now it should look like this. Now, just to get an idea as far as what this looks like, let's go down here. We're gonna turn on the fine detail. And then we're gonna go here, we're gonna turn on realistic. So it's gonna look like that. It looks like that. You got a pretty good idea as far as what's going on here. You guys with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay, now, before we go any further, you're gonna notice that the name of this over here, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna turn this on. You're gonna notice that over here, the name is the section 1. We want to name it. We're gonna name it full height wall section. So we go over here and we're gonna find it in our section. So go over here to our sections. And it's located here under sections. You have to click the plus sign. And section 1 you'll see is it's bold. So I'm gonna click here. We're gonna name it full height wall section. In caps. Like that. Full height wall section, just like that. Okay, so now we got this one called out. Now, what we want to do is we want to add the different elements that we see over on page, let's see here. Page 106, look at page 106. On page 106, you're going to notice that most of the elements are here, but there are a few that are missing. Look right here, quick. That's weird. That's weird. I think we're okay though. Yeah, good. Interesting. Okay. Okay. And so what we're going to do right here is looking at our section. We'll go right to here. All right. Now, what I want to do right here is I want to add some elements to it. First of all, you're going to notice that I've got I've got up here at the top, it says double 2x4 top plate, And it's hard to see. But what we're talking about right here is, let me zoom into it so you guys can see it. You see those right there? Those are essentially sections of 2x4s. Does that make sense, you guys? That when you look at it in plan view, you'd actually see two 2x4s stacked up. All right, that's what that is right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna place those. So to place those, we're gonna go over here, and they're actually located down here. And under here, under detail items, you got nominal cut lumber section 2x4. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Okay, so you want to click on that and just pull it up. And you're going to notice that you have a little 2x4 that attaches to your cursor. Press the space bar to rotate it. And once you do that, we just kind of take it and place it right. It's got to go right, I think. Yeah, right underneath here. Yeah, right on there. Go here. I'll put another one right underneath like that. So you place a couple of those. That's your double top plate. So we have that in position right there. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put another one down here, right above the floor. Let me show you what that looks like. So down here at the floor, you want to go down, you're going to place another one right here. This one's going to be going right here. So what you got is here's your floor, you've got your stud here in the wall, and then you have this 2x4 right here, and that's actually a flat 2x4. So we're going to put one right there too. There's only one though on the bottom. So we go to here, we'll place it right in this location here. So go back to the same thing, grab the 2x4, take that and drag this right over here, hit the space bar to rotate, we're going to drop it right there. And that is where that goes. And then we're going to do is we're going to lather, rinse, and repeat, and do that on the right down here too. So we need a double top plate here. So we'll go to here, and we'll go here like this. And then we'll go ahead and go down to the very bottom again like this. And we'll drop those. And that is detail information. Now we're putting that detail information in because Revit doesn't give that to us. Revit doesn't give that to us, so we have to supply it. This is where you're creating essentially a hybrid. You're using the section that's coming out of the Revit plan, but then you're adding additional detail because it's necessary on your construction documents. Because if someone comes out in the field and wants to build this wall and that's not there, they're not gonna know what to do. So because Revit doesn't supply that, we have to supply it. And this is how you do it. Okay, is that working okay, Nicole?
Yeah, I'm just, mine are like black. There's I like bold.
Single lines would go up at the very top, go to the house and go through over.
Got it? Working better? Okay, now one thing about this right here is you're gonna see, are you guys seeing just a single line right here like that? Like a thin layer of drywall right there?
Yep.
Okay, let's do this right now. Let's go ahead and click on this. Click on this right here. And that says over here, compound ceiling GWB. Let's go ahead and click this drop down and let's choose GWB on metal stud. You guys see that? When you do that, it's going to add a little bit of information up there, which would make more sense. That'd be kind of like a above, like be like a rafter type thing. So we'll go ahead and do that. Making sense? Okay, now let's save it. So what we just did there is we added some elements. Now we could add more, but I decided not to go too crazy with it. And that is what we have right there. So now, next thing we have to do is add all the leaders that we have. So we're going to start at the top. And so the leaders that we see here, we're going to start to place these. And so if I zoom into here, I'm going to go to my annotate tab right here. And to put this in, I would go to text right here, go to the text tool. And then in the text tool, you're going to notice here, I have the ability to put in a 2-segment leader. Pretty cool stuff. So go to here, and I'm going to start by just pointing right up here, and I'm going to pull the arrow over here, pull it to the side. I'm going to type in asphalt shingles. Like that. Let me see if that looks about right, or if that's too, is that about right? Trying to think. Yeah, no, I think that's gonna do. So asphalt shingles. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and take that. I'm going to just move it over a little bit because I can. Go ahead and take it and do that kind of thing. All right, so I've got that. And then I'm going to continue on using the next one down is 3/4 inch plywood sheathing. And here's something that's interesting as you're working with these. You're going to just go ahead and you're going to point to these. And then as you pull your cursor over like this, you're going to notice that it's going to find there where the elbows are here. You just go ahead and click there so that they can all align like I'm doing right now. It kind of does that automatically for you. So there's a lot of intelligence built into this. Like that. All right, and then we'll continue on here. Next one says 8-inch truss. And again, it's like kind of a lather, rinse, repeat kind of a thing. Okay, and I'm just going to keep on placing my my labels in here. And you guys do the same thing. Oh, thank you. Ah. Okay, so when you're done, it's gonna look something like this right here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to turn off your crop region right here. So you click on that, it's gonna hide that, and that's what that looks like. And that is as far as we're gonna take it tonight. That is gonna be it. Because next week, we're gonna take these items and we're gonna place them on the sheets. And then if I can get the printer working, we'll print those up as well. So that will pretty much be it. So that's all we're gonna do for tonight. Again, got done a little quicker than I thought we would, but that's how that is. So once you have that, just keep on working on that, but that's where we're gonna leave it for tonight. So keep on working on that. And let me know if you have questions about anything we covered tonight.
Is that it then?
That's you for tonight.
I'm all saved and
Yeah.
double, triple check.
And make sure you save it all. But yeah, now at this point, we're closing in on it because what we've done right now is once you get the walls in place on the first floor, that serves as pretty much your anchor and your foundation and everything else, and you build off it. So now we have that. Next week, what we'll do is we'll put it all together into some sheets. And as I said, I'll try to get that printed. So I'm gonna send out an email, actually, see if we can't make sure that thing's working. I know how to work with these, but they've not given us privileges to do that right now. For whatever reason, it's not working. So I'll begin working on that. But that is all we have for tonight. So that's gonna do it. But yeah, you guys doing awesome. And we will continue that next time. I didn't think, well, we all do, don't we? It's a good thing. So I'm gonna see if I can't get a good thing here. If I can, I gotta do this. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. And do this, stop the recording. And I'm gonna stop the share too, because you don't need that anymore. Bye-bye. Good night, everybody. All right, there we go. And we'll end this. End meeting for